Hello, fourth grade, and welcome to lesson 6-3. We're going to start working on how to model with multi-step problems. Let's go ahead and watch our short video lesson, and then we're going to jump into our notes and our guided practice together.
How can you use diagrams and equations to solve multi-step problems? A school uses 8 buses to transport the 4th grade students and 6 vans to transport the 3rd grade students on a field trip. Each bus holds 24 students. Each van holds 15 students. How many fewer 3rd grade students than 4th grade students are on the field trip? Step 1. Find and answer the hidden questions. The first hidden question is, how many 4th grade students are on the field trip? A diagram can help you represent the situation. There are 8 buses to transport the 4th grade students. Each bus holds 24 students. Let F equal the number of 4th graders. Now write and solve an equation. F equals 8 times 24, so F equals 192. There are 192 4th grade students on the field trip. How do the bar diagram and the equation show the number of 4th graders on the field trip?
Okay, now here let's take a look at what we have. Our bar diagram shows 8 sections with 24 in each section. So there's 8 groups with 24 in each group equals F, which is our total number, which is the 4th graders on the trip. So 8 groups of 24 is the same thing as saying 8 times 24, and we know that both of these are equal to F, which is the number of 4th graders. Once we solve it, we know what F will stand for, what it will equal. Here we see that F, the number of 4th graders, is equal to 192 students. So both of these represent the same information. One is drawn as a bar diagram and one is written as an equation with a variable in it.
Both the bar diagram and the equation show 8 groups with 24 students in each group. The second hidden question is, how many 3rd grade students are on the field trip? A diagram can help you represent the situation. There are 6 vans to transport the 3rd grade students. Each van holds 15 students. Let T equal the number of 3rd graders. Now write and solve an equation. T equals 6 times 15, so T equals 90. There are 90 3rd grade students on the field trip. Step 2. Use the answers to the hidden questions to answer the original question. How many fewer 3rd grade students than 4th grade students are on the field trip? A diagram can help you represent the situation. Remember, there are 192 4th grade students and 90 3rd grade students on the field trip. Let S equal how many fewer 3rd grade students than 4th grade students. How can you write an equation to represent the situation?
Okay, so what we're going to do over here is we're going to look at this as another bar diagram. Now our whole number here is 192. The part that we know is 90. The part that we don't know is S. That's what we're trying to solve. So we want to know what S equals. So we know S is equal to our whole minus the part that we know. So S is equal to 192 minus the 90 students so that we can figure out how many students are left over.
Write and solve an equation. S equals 192 minus 90, so S equals 102. There are 102 fewer 3rd grade students than 4th grade students on the field trip.
One of the ways that we know to check our work is to do the inverse operation. So we can take 102 plus 90 to see if that equals 192, and that's a way that we can check our work here.
Both the bar diagram and the equation show that the number of fourth grade students minus the number of third grade students tells you how many fewer third grade students are on the field trip. Now you know how to use diagrams and equations to solve a multi-step problem.
All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at our notes on this lesson. Now we put our lesson title at the top, 6-3 Model with Multi-Step Problems. Now first we need to ask ourselves, what are multi-step problems? Well, multi-step problems ask us to do more than one thing. So multi-step means multiple or many steps. So we need to do more than one thing in order to solve the equation that we have or to answer the question that they're asking us. Multi-step problems usually have hidden questions that you have to answer before you're able to solve the original question they ask you. You can use equations and bar diagrams to solve your original question. These help you see what you need to do. Now, I've written out an example for you over here. Our example says the Lopez family gets 2 pizzas and 4 hot dogs at Eat It Up. What is the total cost? So let's stop and think. What do I need to know? Or what do I know in the beginning? I know that they got 2 pizzas and they got 4 hot dogs. And from the sign that's in your book that I copied over here, we know the pizzas are $18 each and the hot dogs are $6 each. So now I've figured out what information I have. Now I need to ask myself, what are the hidden questions that I need to answer? Well, I need to know how much it costs for 2 pizzas, and I need to know how much it costs for 4 hot dogs. Without knowing those things, I can't tell what the total cost is. So how do I solve? Well, I need to do 2 times the cost of the pizza to figure out the total pizza price. So 2 times 18, which gave me $36. And then I need to figure out 4 times the cost of the hot dogs. And 4 times 6 is equal to 24. So I know that they spent $36 on pizza and $24 on hot dogs. So the way I can do that with a bar diagram is I can show the pizzas 18 and 18 equals P, the price of the pizzas, which is 36. And I can do 4 groups of 6 to show 4 groups of $6 each to show the 4 hot dogs, which is H. So H over here is equal to 24. And then I can combine my bar diagrams to find the total cost. So I made T my total. So T is the variable I put for the total cost of all the food. And I have the 2 pizzas for 18 and the 4 hot dogs for $6 each. Now, if I want to write that as an equation, I'm going to say that my total cost is equal to 18 times 2, which is the cost of the pizza, plus 4 times 6, which is the cost of the hot dogs. Now, I found out that 18 times 2 is 36, and 4 times 6 is 24. So my total, or T, is equal to 36 plus 24. When I add those together, I find that T is equal to $60. So my answer to my original question is they spent a total of $60 on food. So what did I do? Let's go back and take a look at the beginning steps. The first thing I did was I annotated my question. I wrote down the information that I had. I found my hidden questions. I began solving my hidden questions. I created my bar diagrams and my equations. And then I put together the information that I needed to solve the questions they were asking me. This is why they're called multi-step problems, because you have to do several things before you can answer the original question that they're asking you. Now for our guided practice, it says, Doug says he can use the equation T equals 18 plus 18 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 to solve the problem above. Is he correct? Explain. Now we know that these are the numbers that we're working with. So yes, Doug is correct because he's using an addition equation instead of a multiplication equation. And the total is the same. So instead of doing 2 times 18 plus 4 times 6, he used repeated addition where he did 18 plus 18 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. For number 2, it says write an equation to find the total cost, C, so they already told us the variable here, of 2 turkey wraps, 2 hamburgers, and 4 drinks. Now I know from my table over here that my turkey wraps are $9, my burgers are $8, and my drinks are $2. So I wrote down the information I have. Turkey wraps are $9 each, hamburgers are $8 each, and drinks are $2 each. So now I need to figure out how to answer my hidden questions. So my hidden questions here are going to be, what is the cost of 2 turkey wraps? What is the cost of 2 hamburgers? And what is the cost of 4 drinks? So I wrote C, which is my total cost, that's the variable that they gave me, is equal to 2 times the cost of the turkey wraps, plus 2 times the cost of the hamburgers, plus 4 times the cost of the drinks. So 2 times 9 is 18, 2 times 8 is 16, and 4 times 2 is 8. So C is equal to 18 plus 16 plus 8. So now I stacked and added my numbers, and I found that my total is 42. So C is equal to 42. So the cost of 2 turkey wraps, 2 hamburgers, and 4 drinks is $42. Now for our last question, it says, suppose the school fills 11 buses and lets the remaining students ride in vans. How many students ride in vans? Use one or more bar diagram to solve. Now we know there were 192 fourth graders and 90 third graders. So 282 is the total number of students. 282 is equal to T, and T is my total number of students. So I put 192 plus 90 to find out the total number. And then we need to divide them into 11 buses. So 282 divided by 11. 11 goes into 282 20 times to subtract off the 220, because 11 times 2 is 22. So 11 times 20 is 220. I subtract that off, and I'm left with 62. Now 11 goes into 62 5 times, because 11 times 5 is 55. So 62 minus 55, when I did that subtraction, it equaled 7. So I found out that if we put most of the students in 11 buses, the remaining students that are going to ride in the van are going to be 7 students. So first, I found my hidden question was to figure out the total number of students I had. Then I needed to split them into 11 vans, and whatever my remainder was is going to be the answer to my question. Now, for all of these questions, we did the same steps. We identified the information that we had. We identified the hidden questions that we were being asked. We solved the hidden questions, and then we used those answers from the hidden questions to answer our main question. So as you work through any of these, remember to ask yourself and to write down what I know, what my hidden questions are, how do I solve them? Those are steps that are going to help you complete your questions and answer everything. Remember your notes up here. Multi-step problems ask you to do more than one thing. They always have at least one hidden question. And you can always use equations and bar diagrams or illustrations to help you solve all of the questions that you need to answer. As long as you're following these steps and you're taking it one piece at a time, you're going to be able to solve any of the multi-step problems that you come across. That's it for this lesson. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have an amazing day. Take care. Bye-bye.